Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Happy
Third episode.
Yeah, third episode, and they're getting better. We told you they would, and they are. So our first one had no video. Our second one had video, edited video, mind you. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you
for making us look professional, as professional as you can. But thanks. They're going to get better, and eventually we're going to start having guests on. This is going to be awesome. Like, remember, we're at the beginning, but give us some time, and we're going to show you how something goes from an idea to a great thing over time.
That's right. It's a process. So. And I told David a while ago, I was getting ready. We're having a lazy day at home today, and he's like, we're going to do a podcast. And I'm like, I have dressed up and looked nice 2 nights. And again, like I said in the last video, it's all about being authentic and who we are, yes. But authentically, when I'm dressed up and look presentable for at least one podcast, that'd be nice. I have fuzz all over my shirt. I don't have a cat in the house. I don't know where it came from. I'm guessing it's from a towel from the dryer. But my David wants to do a podcast right now, so.
Well, I'm strategic in what I do, and obviously you're a lot more beautiful than I am. So I've got I couldn't wear my wife beater tank top. I had to put on something where you're not stealing all the attention. So
he's good, guys. Take notes. So tell them what we did this weekend.
What did we do? What did we do Friday?
Friday we met our friend Don and Tracy.
Yeah, Don and Tracy at the lake at Cedar Creek Marina. Had a good time out there. Got past the rain. And yeah, just kind of chill. It was a very chill night. Had a good time. Saturday, we went down to Leepers Fort.
Never been there before. Super excited about it.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with, I'm not giving you a history lesson because I don't know the history behind it, but it's outside of Franklin, Tennessee, and it's just a small town. It's where they filmed a lot of the show Nashville. It's a cool little place, real small town. Mm-hmm. A lot of people come from all over. Like you'd be really surprised how small it is for the number of people that are there. You got the original Puckett's there. You got a lot of little shops, little gift shops, antiques. There's an art gallery there. A really cool.
You really like that one. You spent a lot of time on
the art gallery, yeah.
But before he goes any further, let me just tell you what David does to me in these stores. He's like, babe, he knows I love antiques. He's like, there's tons of antique stores. You're going to love it. You can go in there and shop. That means I can go in there and look until he gets tired of being in there. And this is David in the store. Like I go through, do a quick look, and then I go to a couple of things I want to really look at like us women do. And here's David. Okay, babe, let's go. Good job. Let's go to the next one. I'm like, I guess I'm done in this store. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you.
Okay.
There's other things that we want to do because we had plans last night too.
That's true. And
I try to cram as much as I can.
Yeah.
I like to do as much as I can, take advantage of all the time we have. But the winery, a really cool winery down there. We bought some muscadine wine, the best muscadine wine I've ever had. I'm not a big fan of muscadine wine, but it's really good.
Not too sweet.
Wines in the Fork.
Wines in the Fork.
It's great. I'm
actually going to do a write-up on 615 VIP about that. Some pictures. Check that out on Facebook. It is so good. And when I went to Napa Valley, like David's always been like a red wine drinker, and I've always been like a really sweet wine drinker. And the Napa Valley, me trying Camus, which was the worst thing I could have done, $100 a bottle, which we've done one time. It's not like we go all the time. We have 7 kids. We don't have that kind of money to throw around making it rain on wine. But I do like a good cab now. And we tried one yesterday that was really good. So check that out. Wines in the Fork. Some of it's local. Some of it's from New York. Some of it's from California. The muscadine was local. And, but like, he's not a real sweet wine drinker. And we thought that was going to be really overpowering, and it wasn't. It was smooth. We had a glass before we went to bed. We're not, when I say we're wine drinkers, we're not one of those that have a wine glass in their hand all the time, but we do like a glass with dinner, maybe a glass after the kids go to bed. It's kind of becoming our thing.
Yeah.
Sitting on the back porch sometimes, or a front porch, and just having a glass of wine, talking about our day. That's important to do.
Yeah.
And we do that. We make time.
Yeah.
It's good. So we went to Leepers Fort. Then his friend had a big 40th birthday party.
Yeah.
Big slip and slide. I don't think any bones were broken. We left before it really got interesting. And then we went to the country club last night at Old Hickory.
Yeah.
Glow Golf. If you haven't played Go Golf, you haven't played golf yet. You got to check that out. They do it twice a year. Old Hickory. Had a really, really good acoustic set there last night. What's that guy's name again?
I don't remember.
I don't either. We might have to tag it in the comments here. But he was so Alex Kilroy, I think is his name.
I think you're right.
I think I'm right too. He's so good, and his guy that was singing with him, I didn't catch his name, but I put it on our page live a little bit on my personal page. They said he was one of the best guitar players in Broadway downtown, and the guy could kill it. He's from Australia. The singer was from Australia. The little guy on the guitar that could sing so good.
Yeah.
For Romania. He got like number 2 on The Voice in Romania. So yeah, it's been a great weekend. It's been a really chill day today. Me and David, we did have plans to get up and go to church. We're actually, with me moving up here soon, we are looking for a church together because I go to church in Murfreesboro, and that's just kind of far out of the way, and David's been looking for a church, so we've been kind of church seeking, and we were going to get up this morning and go, and I was feeling a little under the weather this weekend, even though I've done a lot, so we just kind of took this day to relax, and so if you're local and you know of any non-denominational churches, put them in the comments because we are looking. Some that has a big youth group because we have a bunch of kids.
Yes.
And just, fun like that. But it's just been a good day and relaxing. We have DoorDash coming soon.
Yeah. Should be here anytime.
I live in the country, guys, and this is a new territory for me. Like when I started working in Nashville, I realized what Uber Eats was, and David DoorDashes and Instacarts everything. Like if he didn't have to go to the store, it would be great, for him.
True. Speaking of stores, so
let's talk about that.
I don't go to stores. I hate going shopping. I don't go shopping. If I really need something, food wise or something like that, I'll go to Publix because they'll bring it to you basically. I'm not a big store guy. I do go to Dollar General store a lot because it's real convenient. However, in case you didn't know, because I didn't know, there's a place called Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
And everything in the store is $1.
Y'all, he did not know that until last night. I was in there because we had Glow Golf, and I know, because I've been a single mom for a long time, I've had to live on a budget. Stocking stuffers, Easter baskets have came from the Dollar Tree sometimes. So when I'm getting my kids gifts, and I know the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus does a lot, but sometimes I add a little extra in there. Anyways, Dollar Tree has been my best friend for years, and I'm in there getting glow sticks, and David's like, well, how much is this? And I'm like, everything's $1. He's like, everything's $1? I'm like, everything's $1. And the workers and anybody that could hear our conversation was in the floor laughing because it was like Buddy the Elf in the dollar store, Dollar Tree. This is $1. This is $1.
Yeah, not that dramatic. It was cool.
Oh, I have it on video. He was, yeah. These whole packs of socks are $1. Three pairs, and then so his night's made, and then we get up to the cash register, and we have a very joking around, playful relationship. Like we kid around a lot. There's a lot of laughing and there's a lot of teasing, and you can't wear your feelings on your sleeve and hang out with me and David, because we kid. If we like you and we love you, we're gonna joke with you. We joke with each other, and so I guess the lady heard us kidding, me joking with him and him joking with me in the store, and we go to check out, and she's like, "Are y'all brother and sister?"
It's probably because we look alike.
Probably.
I'm just kidding. I wish.
No.
I wish I was that beautiful.
Anyways, but it's just so funny because we were just like, we thought that was the last thing we thought that somebody would say. But anyways, it was really funny, and David's like, well, you'll be seeing a lot of me in here now that I know about this. So if you're in Mount Juliet and there's a Dollar Tree, you'll be seeing David Owen up in that place a lot. So that just kind of caps how we've been doing, what we've been going, things been going on. But that we always try to leave a positive message to share some light, share some joy, speak life words into people. And one of the things that we have not made a script for this podcast this time, and I told David, let's not do it. Let's just see what happens. Let's talk about our weekend. Let's just be real. A video that my boss sent to me, DoorDash.
All right, we're back.
DoorDash came, thanks to Jack's killer editing skills if we blended these videos together. So what are we going to talk about?
The video with that Coach Burt sent you guys to watch.
Yes. So we always try to leave a podcast with a positive note to speak life words into people, because we love to leave people better than we found them. And there might be one person out there that needs to hear everything that I think that we have to say. I think it's inspiration for us.
Absolutely.
So I was sent a video from Coach Burke to watch before my morning meeting last week, and it was really good. It's from Grant Cardone. I don't remember the title of it, but it was talking about how you go from broke to being a millionaire, I think is what it was.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and because Grant was on, if you follow him, he's a business life coach as well, and he was on a show called Discovery called
Undercover
Billionaire. And he talked a little bit about that in his podcast, and it was just really cool. If you want the link, you can comment, and we can send you the link to it to watch it, the full episode of it. But parts of that, I was so inspired by it. I sent it to David, and I was like, you need to hear this. This is really good. And he listened to it, and he agreed it was really good. But one of the things, out of everything that was said, there's a lot of good nuggets to take from it, was about Grant being in Undercover Billionaire, and Grant was obviously acting like he was not a rich man, which we know Grant is very successful, very wealthy, and he was in a board meeting with a guy that was flexing because he thought Grant was obviously not who he was, and he was talking about how much wealth he had, and he was treating Grant differently because he was so successful and so powerful, and like flexing his muscles of what I've done, and I've got this and that and that and that. And Grant said something, and I told David, out of everything, that's probably the main thing I took away from that, was Grant said, you know, you never know who you're speaking to in a room, who they are or who they will become. And that to me just kind of gave me coach chills a little bit, because you never know who's in the room. I always told my girls, I coached high school basketball for a long time, and we competed at a very national levels. And I told my girls, I said, you never know who is going to be in the gym watching you. We were in a basketball camp in Tennessee Tech, and there was a scorekeeper, the refs, and I think a gym administrator in there. That was it. And it wasn't my team, but the person I was with, they're watching, it was their team, and they were coaching. Mm-hmm. And the girls, they were just not playing a good game. They were just, nobody's in here, just going through the motions, whatever. You know, if they knew that, like, Rick Insell from MTSU or Pat Summitt back in her day was there, they would be, like, on their game. But they were just kind of going through the motions. Well, little did they know that the person that was in there running the clock was actually a recruiter.
Okay.
Just in there. Just in there running the clock for the thing. I mean, and it wasn't like a big time recruiter or whatever, because there's requirements. We're not going to get into that segment today, but there's requirements in college basketball. Like if you're NCAA, you can't be actively recruiting. You have certain windows you have to go to. It's just regulations. This was just somebody that was a recruiter for a college that had a lot of connections that could really help them. And little did they know that they were sitting there behind the score clock. You never know. The moral of that story is you never know who is in your audience. So you treat the janitor the same.
Yeah, you treat the janitor the same as you treat the CEO. Not only do you not know who that person is and what they can do for you, but also what you can do for them. You don't know what that person's going through. So it's always important, I think, to treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Right.
Because you don't know. And then I always think it's funny, and I tell David this all the time, like, me and David are, I would say we're successful people. We're not where we want to be in life and our goals. By any means. But he's very humble, but he's a very successful businessman. He's got a very big business that he started and scaled. I'm in my career journey, and I think that I'm not doing bad. I'm not where I want to be. I want to be so much more, and us together, I think, are going to help. We're going to get there together because we both are career driven, and we have the same visions, and we're in line together. And I think that you're going to watch our journey grow over the years.
Oh, definitely.
We're going to do some big things. But I always tell him, I'm like, pay attention. I told him this last night. Pay attention to how people treat us now versus how they're going to treat us 10 years from now. Because I want to know who is a real, who's authentic, and who's not. You know, like if you're just a person that's after me for our business or our money, it's going to show 10 years from now when we're knocking it out of the park, because we will be. We're speaking that over us right now, okay? Because I think we already are doing a lot better than most, and we're very blessed for that. But we're going to be so much more in the future. And I just tell them, I'm like, pay attention. Know your surroundings, know the people, because I'm a very authentic person. And if you come at me, if you're trying to sell me something and you come at me and I can see that all over you, that turns me off. I'm over here. But if you are real and you're humble and I know your heart is pure, that's why on my 615 page, I research every business before I put on there. Because I don't want to promote something that I don't believe in, that I don't stand for. And everybody that I put on there has a great mission statement. They've came through a lot, they've overcame a lot, they're very successful, and they give back to people, they have a good heart, because I believe and support them. And I watched that. So when Grant said that on that message the other day, it really spoke to me, because that is something that is so important to me. And I always say to people, watch how people treat the janitor. Watch how people act when you're not around. Integrity is what you do when no one's looking. It is. I mean, there's so many times that people can just be buttholes to people and they never know it. But I'm over there watching that. And if you're like that, I'm not going to do business with you. Or I'm not going to start a friendship with you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna pray for you. But I keep my circle very small to protect me and my family, but to also be around authentic and genuine people. What do you want to say on that? What do you want to tag on that?
No, I think you hit it all. Hit it all on the head.
Yeah, I just think that it's really important, and that's something that by you watching that video. Pause it.
What?
I've lost you again.
No, you haven't.
I lost you again. But we were just talking, and I look at David. I'm like, I've lost him, and I paused the video for a second. I just have to say this. And I look at David, because I thought it was really good what we were saying, and you did too. You believe in what we were saying. But I knew I'd lost him.
I've been trying to figure out why she's so much taller than me this whole time. I'm looking at the video and I'm looking down, I'm like, she's really tall. Wow. I just realized she's sitting on her knees. So.
You want to know what it's like in a day of Megan in David's world? This is it right here. We'll be in the middle of a podcast, and David is having a great moment of truth, and then all of a sudden I lose him like that, and he's like, why is she sitting on her knees? Or, what's the weather going to be next week in Tahiti? I mean, that's what we think about. So, again, that's why we say a million times that this is authentic. Lord knows it is. But
have y'all seen the memes? There's like a guy and a girl laying in bed, and I think they're turned opposite directions. And the girl she's saying, I bet he's over there thinking about other women. But then there's probably 40 different ones with him and what he's really thinking.
Yeah.
Like
Transformer one.
Yeah, like does a transformer need car insurance or life insurance? Just weird stuff. It's pretty funny. Anyway, that's me.
That's David to a T. I never worry about David. The only thing I worry about him is did he grab the keys? Did he grab the phone? If there was a GoPro at the neighbor's house, a security camera, I know they would laugh at us guys, because we go somewhere and we pull back in the driveway like 4 or 5 times. They was like, oh, my keys. Oh, my phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it's like, oh, Megan. Oh, I forgot my. So it ain't just me.
It's not. It's both of us. We've been to the restaurant before, and I'm like, where's my purse?
Yeah.
We've had to drive back home, and we ended up going to Arby's instead. It's okay. But anyway, so we're going to end this video. But we just kind of wanted to end on that note. We like to goof around and play. We like for y'all to see the real us, because that's just who we are. But it is important that you leave people better than you found them. And you, going back to what we were saying, you treat everybody the same. It is very important. Yeah,
like I said, you never know who you're talking to, what kind of day they're having. You may talk to somebody that can change your life, or you may say something to somebody that can change their life.
That's right. That's right. And just a word, sometimes a smile can go a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, I take it as a challenge to people when I go into a store and I see they're really, really struggling and they're having a bad day. Instead of being like, man, they're just doing terrible customer service. What happened to get them there? Did they have a bad phone call that morning? Is their family fighting some type of disease we don't know about? Can they not pay their bills? We don't know. Everybody's struggling with something, and the world is cruel enough that we can speak life into somebody's life and make them feel better and leave them better than we found them.
Yeah.
It's important to do. So if anything you take away from our silly podcast, leave people better than you found them. A smile, a word, a text message, a comment. You guys make our day. Like, I hope we help somebody by doing what we do, but you giving us positive feedback makes our day. This one right here, I can't tell you, like, if somebody sends us a positive message, he'll call me, even though we both see the messages. He's like, "Did you see the message?" And it makes me smile. It's cool because somebody took time out of their day to say, "Hey, you know."
We did this for us, just something that we wanted to do, and so there was no, I don't know, we didn't know what we were trying to get out of this, but the more people that are actually watching and laugh and maybe take something away and leave us a message about, then
and
it's
comment
pretty cool.
and say,
it's neat that people actually get something out of our silliness.
Yeah, I think the coolest comments that we've had is somebody like, "Man, I was having a really hard day and I really needed that word," or something, you know, and that's when we do what we do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, you've made it through podcast 3. For the ones that have stuck in there with us, thank you. And we promise to continue making these better. If you have anything you ever want us to cover, message us. We'll be glad to do that. And we have guests lined up. We've already got like 5 guests lined up. It's just finding the time for our schedules to all meet together. And they are really going to be some good ones, so stay tuned to that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, y'all have a
All
great
right,
day. See you next time.